Welcome to Grace for the Journey. I'm Ophelia.
And I'm Zalima.
Join us on this journey as we discuss loving, learning, and listening to God.
Amen.
Amen.
So, how are you today?
I am good.
You had to think about it.
Yeah, I had to think about it.
I'm good too.
I'm good.
God is great.
That he is.
Yes.
Very much so. Very much so. Kids are good. Hubby's good. Good.
Yes. Me too. Family's great. And that's all we can ask for.
Health is wealth.
Yes.
That's
Health
a real
is definitely
thing.
wealth. And especially since I was a little under the weather and I am slowly but surely getting
back.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank God for his healing power.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, I didn't care about health, but I didn't care about no, I always cared about being in shape, being healthy. It's like if I have to decide now between McDonald's French fries and a salad, it's so much harder as you get older.
Because you're like, I deserve those fries.
I know.
I just deserve it.
But that is not good for you.
It's not the case.
Oh.
Well, we like to say that to ourselves.
Yeah.
But
I guess the name of the game is to get old.
Yes.
And be healthy. So
and be healthy while doing it. That is very key.
Definitely. But that's it.
Okay.
What is today's topic?
Today's topic is woman to woman.
Woman to woman.
Yes.
I feel like that's a song. I don't really know it.
I'm not sure, but it does sound like it should be.
I feel like I heard that before.
But I think I did hear it too.
Like an American song. Like
old school.
Yeah.
It sounds like it was a good one if it was.
Yeah, I think so.
So as usual, we have a scripture reference, which is found in 1 Peter 4, 8 through 10. And that's the NIV version I'll be reading. Above all, love each other deeply because love covers over a multitude of sins. Offer hospitality to one another without grumbling. Each of you should use whatever gift you have received to serve others as faithful stewards of God's grace in its various forms. Amen for his word.
Yes, thank you, God.
Yes. Wow.
May
So
a blessing come from out of reading the Lord's word.
Yes. Okay, so having grace for other people, specifically our sisters, woman to woman.
I think when I thought about woman to woman, the first thing that came to mind is how hard we all are on each other.
Yes, we are.
Women specifically. We're not very nice to each other.
Sometimes, yes, we are not.
Majority of the time.
It's sad.
We're very hard on each other. We don't use kind words often to describe each other. And the aggression towards each other is very, I don't like it.
No, me either.
I don't like it.
Me either.
You know, just even giving a woman a compliment. It's, instead of staring her up and down.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Instead of saying, oh, I like that. Whatever it is.
I would go.
At least I'm hoping that's what the stairs are for.
I can remember going to one of my husband's job things, and it's just, I'm always okay with being in silence.
Me too.
As you know, me and you, we're not keen on the.
We don't like small talk.
We're really not. We
don't.
At
all. We don't care for it.
We truly believe if you don't have anything to say, it's okay not to say silent. Anything.
It is.
Don't just start talking gibberish.
Just because. To fill the silence.
So I would go to these events and I would sit and I would always smile and wave, when he introduced me to someone. This is my wife, smile and wave, keep it going. But again, small talk is not my thing. So I'm not going to make up
something to
talk about. And I could just always, just the way the mind works, I can always remember it being something.
Right.
Oh, I don't know why she was sitting there. She wasn't even saying nothing. Or who she thinks she is. Or she too bougie for me, which I have heard my entire life.
Me?
I've
heard it.
All these things where, why is it
nothing to do with that?
Why can't it just be, I am
just a quiet person?
or I'm happy in my peace.
Right. Well, because it's the perception of if you're not doing what everyone else is doing, then there's something wrong. And so we don't give the other person the benefit of the doubt. We just want to assume and make our own narrative. And so instead of either going, somebody could have come up to you and say, hey, what's going on? You all right?
Right.
And if they had, you would be like, yeah, I'm good. I'm enjoying myself. I like to, I have no problem with the quiet. But instead of people doing
But why do I have to explain that to someone?
You don't have to.
Because most likely I will not.
Maybe they could have approached you instead of making up their own thought as to
right,
what happened.
Right.
And I think that's what happens between women sometimes, that instead of either trying to figure out what's going on legitimately, we might tend to make up a scenario that we have no other information for, but that we thought was what was going on, instead of just either addressing it or just giving them the benefit of the doubt without even having to address it, because that's a thing too.
Right. Maybe it's nothing wrong.
Right.
Maybe it's just okay. I'm really okay
with just
in my God really has me in the wilderness, and the peace that I feel it doesn't bother. For some people, it could not. Yeah, I appreciate
the quiet. Yes.
The quiet, the stillness in it all.
Me too.
I appreciate every single minute. The noise sometimes is a lot for me.
Yes, it's too much. But some people don't know how to do that. It's like, even when I'm speaking to people a lot of times, because I look them in the eye, and I've been told that that's nerve-wracking to them. But when I was raised, I was told that you should look someone in the eye when you're speaking to them. And so it was confusing to me when someone said that it was nerve-wracking, because I'm thinking, well, how do you know I'm paying attention to you, or, giving you my undivided attention?
You're so sweet.
But it is, to hear that was weird for someone.
Right.
So I think when people have the silence, they don't know what to say. So they feel like they have to fill it. Mm-hmm. And then if you're not joining in the way they're filling it, then there must be something wrong, when it doesn't have to be the case.
I think one of the big things too is our expectations.
Yes, I think so. Women,
from each other as women.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because we
expect, we expect. So my husband and his friends has been friends for many years, all of them. They're just amazing. I'm the type of person, if I had a birthday party and you didn't show up to my birthday party, I would be in my feelings. Yeah. Why? Because birthdays matter to me.
Yeah, me too.
They're a big deal. If I invite you to a dinner, if I'm inviting you, I want you there. Yes. Right? I get it. Not everybody have it. Not blah. Geesh. I'll feel you. But whatever the reasoning may be, my thing, communicate that.
Yes.
Because you not showing up, to me, what it used to feel like is now I need to reevaluate this entire friendship.
Wow.
Because you missed dinner.
Oh my gosh. That's a lot of pressure on a dinner. That's a whole lot of pressure on a dinner. Oh I gotta say.
So, and now I know as I grow older, that's not my place. That's not my place. It doesn't mean I don't need to reevaluate the friendship because you missed dinner. It's okay. But again, for me now in this stage, in this season of my life, I would like communication.
Right. For someone
whatever
to say
it is.
What is going on if they can't make it.
The old me would be, if you don't have it, just tell me. I'll pay for you. It's not a big deal. But now it's just, okay, you can't make it?
That's it.
That's fine.
Right. There must be something. See, I always like to give the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, you're really nice.
And I'm like, okay, they can't make it. And it's not that I won't be, in my feelings a little bit, like, oh, I wish they were there because I wanted them to really come and enjoy. But I don't know that I wouldn't speak to the person. I definitely would be trying to find a reason, like, oh, they couldn't make it because this, that, and the third. Now, legitimately, there have been times when that necessarily wasn't the thought. They just, for whatever their reasons, they didn't make it. But I didn't stop speaking to them. I definitely was, in the moment, like, oh, that's so nice of you. That's messed up. Like, I wanted them to really be there.
See, the way my husband and his friends work, if I throw a party for him and someone doesn't make it, he'll be upset or saddened that the person wasn't there. But they're fine the next day. Oh, me? No. I need time. I need
to figure it out.
Literally, they will be just fine.
because it's not a big thing.
They have no
No, they
expectations
don't. But
from each
beyond,
other.
you not coming? Okay, you can't make it.
If
And
you
then
don't,
that's it.
if we don't speak, certain friends, if you don't speak to them every day,
They will have a
it's a problem.
yes.
It is a problem. Where
Yes,
are you?
What happened? Why weren't you there?
Forget that life is lifing. Where are
Right,
you?
right,
I need your attention.
right.
Uh, you know, and then I have friends that I don't speak to for days, and we'll talk for
Months.
I don't want to say months,
Well,
but you know, we'll
touch
we
base.
got like a 4 week. Come on now.
Get it together. Let's talk.
Check-in period. But we'll speak, catch up, and it's
And
like
it's
we
like
didn't
never
miss.
missed a beat.
And
Yes.
it's no love lost.
Lost.
But then there's friends that need more attention.
Yes, some people do.
And when you can't fill that need,
What
we have
happens?
so much expectations.
Yeah, I think because we, as women, we know we can multitask, we can do multiple things. And I think we do expect that from other people, which is not good because we can't expect us out of somebody else
Right.
because everyone's different. You have a way of doing things, I have a way of doing things. So if we're constantly saying, well, I would have done, yeah, but it's not you. You know what I mean? So we have to be able to give someone else grace to say, the way I would handle something is not the way that they would handle it. And it doesn't make it wrong. And it doesn't make me right and vice versa. It just means that that's just not the way that they would handle it. And that's okay.
Ooh, okay to share what we went through?
Oh, yes.
Our first real argument.
Yes.
First of all, let me just say this. At the time, I did not know that on iPhones, you can press the arrow to get the whole message.
Oh, God.
Zalima's message filled my screen. And then I had to
I
press a
am known
button
for sending a long text.
and see the rest. I had no words.
Oh, my goodness.
I had no words. And I don't even care about that. What brought me more joy than anything else was when she got married. And a couple months into that marriage,
What happened?
that call came in and said, I completely understand.
So we got to give backstory. So Ophelia got married first. And we were used to talking all the time and, you know, having a certain level of friendship.
Right.
And then I'm like, wait a minute, she ain't got no time for me. Or I would call, I'll call you back, but then she wouldn't call me back. And I started getting in my feelings. And I'm like, wait a minute now. I can't be the only one working on this friendship. I sent her this long text, and I am known for sending a text because I need to get my feelings out.
Oh, you
So
did?
I sent her this long text, and she was not lying because she probably had to scroll a few times to get through it. And I'm like, just saying whatever I needed to say. Just basically saying, like, you know, you need to take this seriously. And then after I got married, I'm like, my goodness, it is rough out these marriage streets. And it's nothing to do with marriage being bad or anything. Because listen, we still in the honeymoon stage, 6 years in. But it was like, wow, you got to find time for your husband.
Everything.
For your family, for your everything. And then it's like, whoa. And I totally understood at that moment. And I did tell you, I didn't keep it to myself.
It brought me so much happiness. You will never understand the happiness that
Oh my
this.
God. Like
I'm not trying to do anything. It was just in that moment. There you go.
Like you
You just get so between
Yes.
work, home life. Then
Yes, it's a lot to deal with.
it's a lot to handle.
And even in that moment, instead of me saying, oh, you know what? The first few times I was like, all right, you know, she's busy. But then after a while, it felt like, well, she ain't putting the importance like how I think. So instead of continuously giving the benefit of the doubt, it was like, nah, come on now, get it together. No, but it's true. So as women, you know, it would have been better to like then have the conversation instead of send the whole 50 million word text. Say, come on now. Let's talk.
I don't even think I replied.
I don't know if you did. You wrote me a letter after, I think. Yes. But even then, it was just like, okay, we still talked. But
You
it
didn't
wasn't,
even
it wasn't
appreciate
the
my
same.
letter.
I
Unbelievable.
did. I
You
actually
are
still have
something
that.
else.
I actually still have that.
You are something
I
else.
still have the letter though. But I think, you know, we should give more grace. But in the moment, depending on what it is and how important it is to the person.
Right.
Maybe they're not seeing it that way.
Because it had nothing to do with our friendship.
No, Definitely not.
We spoke, but just
But it
not
just
as
wasn't the
often.
same.
Right.
Right. And that was the difference.
Right.
But see, me, because I pick up on it. Like if you call me and something, I'm like, what happened? And you're like, what? And I'm like, I hear it. I hear something different
In your voice.
in your voice.
The other day I was so pissed, and she was like, "Oh, I know she mad at me. I'm going on. I'm carrying on." And she just carried, and I'm over here
She was
steaming.
heated.
And I'm just
And
like,
I knew. I knew.
and we spoke the next day, and she was like, "You all right now?" No, she didn't.
I knew. I sure did.
And it's not even that you did anything. I was just dealing. I
some
allowed
stuff.
everything going around me to start. And
take
I'm just
over.
like,
yes, I knew.
and it's so crazy because your peace,
I was just like,
you're
yeah,
calm.
I'm not letting it. It's not gonna go.
You would not budge. You were. It's like you were on an island. And I'm like, am I not
She's still peaceful.
still?
You were like,
And
no.
protecting your.
Yeah,
Ooh.
that was.
Yeah.
But I think as women too, we should do that and hopefully be that calm sometimes for people. And it's not that you can make somebody, do one thing or the other, but I think, woman to woman, it's like, I know that you're already going through something.
Right.
And I shouldn't be riling that up.
Don't dump anything on. Don't make it
at
worse.
that point,
Right.
it's
Don't
like,
don't add gasoline to the fire. Yeah.
At that point, it's like, okay, I get she's upset. I'm gonna, she has to have her time, but that's not me. So I'm gonna be me. I'm gonna keep that
That was
peace.
just fine. That blew my mind.
And was praying the time we were talking. I'm like, listen, Lord, deal with it. Deal with it.
Oh my gosh. I think it's so important too.
Gosh.
As women, we need to be graceful with each other when it
Yes.
comes to dumping stuff.
Yes.
I'm no longer I'm not a garbage collector. So nobody
Don't
will be
dump
dumping
everything.
anything on me.
And see, I used to think, oh, well, I got to let them get it out because, they're going through something. And I still do. You want to listen and hear out your friends. But there is a time and place, I have learned. And if you're already having your own things,
Right.
you might say, I need a moment.
I don't even think I don't have to be going through anything.
You just
I'm
don't
just
wanna-
not. Yeah. I don't. No, thank you.
And people will do it.
Yeah. No, thank you. Or you will continue to be the dumping
The
ground.
dumping ground, yes. And I have been there.
And
Yes.
I no, thank you. I don't have space in my life, or I do not want to pick that up.
Right.
So it's up to me to say no, thank you, and have a friendship.
That it's okay for you
That's
to say
it's
that.
okay to
Right.
say that.
Right. But I think, for another woman to hear that, if they are not in that same space, it might be a little difficult if they are not.
Right.
See, we know each other for a long time, but
Right.
if you're not as friendly with someone else, or, not friends as long, let me say that, not as friendly, but as friends as long, some people may not understand it. It's like when you want to discuss something and somebody else maybe doesn't communicate as well. And you're trying to bring it up because you're like, listen, I want the relationship to be healthy.
Right. I
and
want to talk
whole.
about this. Right.
But if the person is not in that space, meaning they don't know how to communicate as well,
Right.
because we all have different styles and things like that. But to them, confronting an issue is a no-no, a big
Right.
no-no. And so they avoid it at all costs.
Mm.
So instead of having that woman-to-woman conversation,
There is
it's-
no conversation.
No, there's none whatsoever.
Wow.
And everyone goes on their separate ways, and then you're still left with what you have, and they feel what we don't know because they don't talk
And
about
that's
it.
terrible.
Yeah, so
Because I think that's why it's so easy for women friendship to be broken.
because they don't discuss.
Men they do not
They don't go through that. My
they
husband's
do
been
not
friends with
I'm
the same
you know what
people.
I was thinking? I wonder if it's all Eve's fault. Like I often blame or
goodness.
look to Eve when we have problems. It's just like, why can't we just be nice to each other? Why can't we communicate in a way that's understandable and acceptable? Treat people how you want to be treated, Question for you. Someone's dating. If you have a friend that is dating someone that you don't like, do you tell them?
If they ask me, I definitely wouldn't just roll up on somebody like, I don't like your man. One, they probably, it's like, why would I care? You're not with them. You're not,
Right.
You're not in our relationship. And legitimately, the way that you see them or experience them is going to be totally different than me.
Okay.
But if I am asked, I wouldn't go into like a crazy detail. maybe I would say something like, oh, it's not my cup of tea, but I'm glad you guys are
Not the cup of tea.
rocking. I'm glad you love him. Because realistically, what does
Right.
it really matter if I do, I don't?
Yeah, I'm staying out of all of it. I'm staying out of
If
all
I'm
of it.
asked, though.
Even if I'm asked, I'm staying out of all of it. I don't want, I realize that we are all different and we can all some can handle more than
And some
others.
can't. It's true.
If I'm outside and I hear a conversation between a husband and a wife, and to my ears, it doesn't sound,
right.
it sounds like he's being nasty to her. Maybe that's how they talk.
Could be.
Maybe that's how they communicate. Who am I to say you don't speak to her like that? No. She might look at me and say, what are you talking about? We were joking. Or that's how we talk to each other. You know what I mean? So I am now in the space that I'm staying out of. That's not my business. I'm really, and not wanting any harm. If she is dating him, he is doing something for her that
she ain't getting from
she
me.
is getting some happiness from. Because I feel like what happens with women, depending on what you say about him, can affect your friendship. And that goes to the next step, which is the expectation. When someone is dating someone, they expect you to like this person because they like them.
That's true.
Because we're friends, I expect you to like someone else that I like. But what if I don't like Johnny? What if Johnny is not a nice guy?
To me.
Do I tell you that and now affect our friendship, or do I stay out of it because what you and Johnny does, I'm not there all the time. I'm not in that relationship. I don't know what goes on. That really has nothing to do with me.
Okay. Or you could just give the person the benefit of the doubt to say, listen, I'm not seeing it, but you do. And that's just all that matters.
That's even worse to me.
Well, you don't even have to verbalize that, actually. That could just be a thought process.
My thoughts are going to be my thoughts, but they're mine, and they're not yours.
They don't belong to them.
You give
it to them.
And if I don't want, it's also this mindset of some relationships you have to. I remember when I was younger, I would always ask my friends, if I see your man cheating,
we did have this.
This was so important to me with all my friends. Are you the friend that I tell or that I don't tell?
We already know.
And that was a real question to me. Because if you're still going to be with him next week,
then you don't want to know. Then the person
I just need to stay out of it.
Right.
If you're the person that don't want to know, mind your business, I respect you too.
That's just, everybody's different.
So, just asking that question to me always kind of let me know what kind of friendship this is going to be.
Okay.
Because if it's not going to be one where I just say whatever is on my mind, or I can be brutally honest with you, that's okay. That's not my place. Who am I? You could ask my opinion. I'm going to give it to you. But in this season of my life, don't ask me a thing, because I'm not telling you a thing. I am a wonderful listener. You love him? Okay.
Me too.
What makes you happy? I'll even hit you with some question back.
Trying to give you feedback.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Do you like that? What you said earlier. Do you love him?
Right.
That's all that matters.
Love looks good on you. That's all. That's it.
I can't get in. I no longer choose to get in the middle of that.
Okay.
And I think as women, we need to be kinder to each other with that.
Well, when I thought about the topic, I was more thinking like, how you see a post and it'll be, it could be anything. It could be a woman just in a picture with whoever. And it'll be like 10 wonderful comments. Oh, she's beautiful. She's this. And then right below that, it'll be free for all with every negative thing going about the
what
person.
She's wearing, her makeup,
what she, and it's like, if it wasn't your cup of tea or your look that you would have gone for yourself, then why couldn't you either just keep scrolling or don't say anything
at all?
Why as another woman, did someone have to take the time out of their day to bring them down?
Yeah.
To say, hey, I don't like this, that, or the third. And those are your opinions. Of course, the person can have them. We're not saying don't have them. It's just that why did you have to take the time to try to bring another person down? That's what, to me, when I'm thinking of woman to woman, it was like, why does another woman feel it necessary to do that? And that always saddened me. And it's like, I'll go to the store. The other day I was in CVS and this woman was behind the register. Her skin was beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And it occurred to me several times while I'm standing there waiting. And I said it to her. I said, oh my God, your skin looks amazing.
Oh, that
and
was
she
nice.
just perked up and she goes, thank you so much.
Mm.
And, you know, you just never know what a kind word will do to someone else.
Right.
And I don't know what she was going through. I just felt like God wanted me to tell her that. So I told her.
Gotcha.
And I've had it happen where I've done it to other people. And when it's done to me, I feel so good, whether you're going through
Right.
something or not. You could just be having a regular day and the day's good too. And somebody says, oh, wow, you look good, or your hair looks nice, or whatever the case is. And it's like, really?
Right.
Your whole just attitude, you know, might perk up a little bit more because it's like, wow, that person was nice.
And
Just
it
for
cost you nothing.
Absolutely nothing. And as another woman, to hear it from another woman is amazing.
Right.
Because you know, like, oh, she, you know, she looks put together good.
Right.
And she told me I look good. And now it's just love going out there instead of trying to bring somebody down for what?
With harsh negative words.
Yes.
We just have to be
Yes.
kinder to each other.
Absolutely.
We have to be kinder to. It's not you against me.
Absolutely.
It's not a versus.
No.
It is really not a
No.
versus.
We can
It's
all look good
good.
at the same time. And it doesn't
in
take
our
anything
own
away.
way.
It doesn't take anything away from you, from me, from the other person. And it should be that way, that we should feel comfortable enough in our own self. And I think that's where it really comes from. Because sometimes when people are that negative, they don't feel comfortable within themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And so they have to bring somebody else down to make themselves feel better.
Oh, that's true.
And that's sad, because then you know the real issue is within.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's like if they did that work internally to say, hey, you know what, I'm good too. Just because you are doesn't mean I can't be as well.
Right.
Just because she's pretty doesn't mean I can't be pretty too.
Right.
There's room for everyone.
It really is.
You know what I mean? One person's smart, the other one's smart too. You know, why does it have to detract from you because someone else is receiving some type of accolade, or, you know?
It's constant comparison.
Yes.
It's constant. It's just, why are we? I'm telling you, I bring it back to Eve. I bring it back to Eve.
Mean. No, some of them are downright mean.
Yeah.
And it's like, why? This is your sister. And listen, when I say that, I mean, I don't know them personally.
Right.
But still, sister in Christ, just in general, like, why would you want to say something to make somebody else's day go worse?
And when you put that kind of stuff out, especially to someone that is like you, another woman,
Yes.
what do you think is going to come back in? Because whatever comes back in is only based on what you put out.
there. Yeah.
It's a cycle.
Mm-hmm.
So why not tell someone they look nice
Put
today?
good out in the
Right.
earth.
Instead of staring them up and down.
Yes,
Why
and
not give
saying
someone
nothing.
a random compliment if you
Yes.
feel that?
Mhm.
Now, God don't give me signs like he do you to tell people that. But if I see someone look nice, I'll tell them, you know, if someone has on perfume that smells good, I'll always say,
smell good.
oh, you smell good. Now, I'm not going to ask you what
Yeah,
you're
I don't
wearing
ask either.
because
Everything works differently for people's bodies. I'm just
yeah,
saying.
because yeah. And, you know, that's the thing. Even when someone says to me, oh, you smell so good, what are you wearing? I have on three
Multiple
different
things
perfumes on right
at
now.
the same time.
I picked up 3 different bottles and sprayed them
Started
all at
spraying.
the different
You
time.
got no idea what's going on.
I can give you maybe the first bottle because I probably looked at it, but at some point
You forgot the other two. Now, I just did the one, so I know.
Right.
But it's good to be nice.
It is.
Seriously.
And it's caring.
Yes, it is.
And
it
it's so
feels
caring.
good when somebody says something nice to you.
You don't know what anyone is going through.
Yes.
That you telling that lady at CVS her skin, that probably made her day.
She did. She was just so bright. And then the funniest thing is, so I left off the line and then I had to get something else. I had to go back. And she was super nice to begin with.
First time.
But she just was like more perky after that. And then I was like,
You made her day.
Yes, but her skin really was glowing. I was just like, what is going on? Like, honey, this is
You
beautiful.
made her day.
And it felt good to even do that. But it was genuine because I'm like, wow, Jessica looks good. Like, I should tell her. That's just how I felt.
And it cost you nothing.
It took nothing. It was like a few
cost
seconds.
you nothing to say
of
a
day.
nice word.
Yes.
Or be kind to someone. It really no nothing.
Have grace for other people.
You have
because
to.
even if you see somebody having a bad moment, you can still have grace for them and give them the benefit of the doubt.
Right.
That we would want given to us.
That part. You know, when people do weird stuff to me while I'm driving, I always put my thumb up. And it's so funny because the baby, when she drives in the car, now when I do it,
she does the thumbs
she
up.
does this.
Well, thank God that was the finger that you were
right.
using and not something else.
But now she throws her thumbs up, Mom.
That's right.
Yep.
Good job.
Somebody just did something not nice, but we're gonna
give them a thumbs up
and let them go. But it's just, I really want as women for us to start uplifting each other and start building unbreakable bonds. Every little thing shouldn't be able to break us apart.
Right.
You know, my whole thing with the birthday parties, it was so silly. It was so silly. You're not going to talk to someone because first of all, I never even thought about it's not about saying, I don't have the money to come to dinner. What if they don't want you to pay?
Right.
That makes them feel a certain
kind
way.
Of way. Right. So you got to give the benefit of the doubt to say, knowing them, that there must be a reason. And whatever the reason is.
Right. That's where communication comes in.
To talk it out.
As women, it's okay. It's okay to say I'm having a bad day. It's okay to say I don't want to be on the phone with you right now. You know what? I'm not in a good mood. That's another thing.
Don't take it personal.
Yeah. Protect your own energy so that you can give off better energy. Don't call me when you're having a bad day.
Give yourself a second. So both of us don't have a bad
one. I did not call her. I did not call her. Now, she ran into it, but she heard it and went the other way. And I was just fine. It really made me even more confused.
Why I was so
because
peaceful.
The situation was affecting us both. But I allowed her to walk away from that because transferable energy. That energy would have been transferred into you and probably set you off when you was just as cool as a cucumber.
Right as rain. I was right as rain. Even the next day, you were like, I can't believe this. And I'm like, yeah, because we got a word and the pastor said. And I really, listen, the Lord was,
and I'm just like,
talking.
Are you serious, Ray?
I was very serious. But it's true. It was weird because I knew what was going on. Then I laughed, and I know that bothered you even more. But, I wasn't laughing at you. It was just the circumstances that was going on. And it wasn't nice. It really wasn't. But it was like, when I really think about this, in the grand scheme of things, no.
You wouldn't allow it in. It's like somebody was knocking at your door and you would not let them in. You was at the window like,
That goes here. But as friends, I think we should be able to be that calm and peace for each other. And even somebody that you're not necessarily, when I say friends, as close to, not, like you said, don't pour gasoline on something.
Right. Because if I call you and I'm on 10 and you take me to 20,
right, that's wrong.
This is not.
And now both of y'all are having a bad moment.
That's pretty toxic.
Yes, absolutely.
Someone has to be the peace here and the calming of the situation.
But you know what? Even our relationship, how we had the whole thing about, you being married and me not at the time. And then when I did, it still took growth and having a level of love for the person to give them the benefit of the doubt, even when you didn't quite know. And then even wanting to work on it still.
Right.
Because that's always been key for us too.
Well, that's because I don't think it was that bad.
It wasn't, but it's just like we want to work at, because there's some situations where
you don't even want to work at. Yeah, you're just okay with where it is.
No, we gonna fix this.
Yeah,
and we do.
We do.
So
because we communicate.
Yes, that we do. I mean, we will.
We have to use our words and kind words.
Kind words.
Kind words. You said the other day something about a conflict is not always a bad thing.
I think when people say conflict, you have this idea that it's going to be a fight or something, and it doesn't have to be.
Right.
It's just a matter of bringing it up and then discussing it out. Even if you still feel the way you're going to feel, and I'm going to feel the way I
Right.
feel. It's okay to do that. And it's still okay to be like, you know what? I still don't necessarily see it that way, but that's fine too. And it doesn't
Right.
mean that we can't be friends because we have difference of opinion.
Right.
And that's the thing I think in this world too that's so crazy, that people they think you can't have a difference of opinion, and everything is, well, if you
And
don't
still
agree,
cohabitate.
right?
Yeah.
If you don't agree with me, then no, something's wrong.
I can't be friends
I
with
can't
you.
be
I can't
friends.
be on that. If you're a Democrat and I'm a Republican, we
It's
can't be
just-
friends.
And it doesn't make sense because we're different for a reason. God made us different on purpose.
Right.
And so, just like our friendship, you have certain gifts, I have certain gifts. If we were the exact same, it would be boring.
It'd be the blonde leading the blonde.
Now, in most cases. But because we have different strengths
Right.
and talents, we balance each other. So it's such a
100%.
good thing. And it's good to have a different thought process. The way you see
Sometimes,
something,
yeah.
it's like, oh my goodness, I didn't even think about that. And
But
it's
I
like,
always give you a hard time.
yeah, you do sometimes. But
Especially when you're
okay.
on 10, I'm down here like,
you're like, what?
mm-mm,
Why is
Calm
she
down.
so upset?
calm down. That's why when that whole situation happened, that was really, doesn't feel too well, does it? Lord, all I'm trying to say is this is not only affecting me, and she's just so peaceful and
peaceful.
calm.
It was okay.
But even coming through that on the other end, I now learn of your boundaries, which I have plentiful of.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
So that was your first boundary that I
was
not.
like, we
Okay.
not doing this at all.
Okay, I
We
get
are
it.
not. Mm-mm.
Understood.
Boundary.
Sundays?
No.
No.
That's a no. That's the Lord's day. I mean, every day belongs to the Lord, but I'm just saying, we not entertaining that. His goodness, His mercy, all of that. Yes,
Office closed.
that's it. Sign is up. Lights are off. You know, like when you clean the kitchen,
Right.
you put that rag up, the lights go off. Listen, don't even think about touching something else in that kitchen.
I was like, got it. Got it.
Nothing else.
But it needed to happen that way
Yes.
because I think also it's okay to set boundaries
Yes.
in every relationship. But as
Absolutely.
women, if that communication wasn't there, that could have went left.
Totally. Yeah.
That could have really went left. But having the, I don't want to say maturity.
Yeah, that too. That plays a part. And maturity is not an age thing,
It's
at
not.
all.
Yeah.
Because I know some very immature people that are older than me.
Right.
And then I know some people that are way younger and they are so mature.
Right.
So it really is not an age thing. It just is.
It's a people thing.
Yeah. Really.
So we definitely want to scream,
Yes, seriously.
women be kind to each
Be
other
kinder to each other.
and lead with
Please
grace.
lead with grace when you're thinking of your sisters.
I can definitely ask. Oh, I'll ask something. Write down the name of your friend that you can be kinder to. Write down a name of a friend that you can be kinder to.
Wow. Okay. Think about that and then do it.
That's the hard part.
Because you can write it down. It's like, you can have
But
a
at
whole-
least you know it.
Well, that's true.
Seeing it is knowing it.
That's true. But you got to put some
So we
action.
got to start. We'll start somewhere. Write down the name of a person that you should be kinder to with words.
Yes.
Action as well, but
Please.
first with words.
Yes.
This was great.
Great talking, woman to woman.
Yes, yes, yes. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.